Yay! I'm so glad that we were able to get together finally,
Me
Jamie.
too.
And yeah, I look forward to talking about PSYCH-K. And I know you've been involved with PSYCH-K for quite a few years. And so we're just doing some interviews to get your experience with PSYCH-K in order to share with others that are curious about it and wondering, it sounds too good to be true. Does it really work, et cetera. So um, great question to start with is if you can recall, because a lot of people have beautiful stories. How did you find PSYCH-K, or how did PSYCH-K find you?
PSYCH-K found me in a babbling brook at a local watering hole, actually. I was in this babbling brook with my daughter playing, and this woman with her son just were eating ice cream, and I got to speaking with her. Her name's Joanne Sweeney, and we got to talking, and she had just taken the PSYCH-K workshop and was blown away by this magic wand that she had, and I was intrigued. It was sounded fascinating, and we became fast friends. And she introduced me to PSYCH-K, and my life hasn't been the same since.
Beautiful. I love, you just never know what babbling brook you're going to end up in, right? So I love that.
It's true.
So often people ask and they're curious about, what is PSYCH-K, or how do we explain or define PSYCH-K? So what would you say to the question is, how do you define PSYCH-K, or what is it?
PSYCH-K is an energetic psychology that works with subconscious belief patterning, works with the neural nets in the brain and us as whole beings. And it provides us the tools to change patterns that don't serve us. So if we have any type of limiting belief pattern, we use PSYCH-K to shift those limiting belief patterns in a way that enhance our lives instead of taking away from them.
Beautiful. Thank you. And what would you like to share as a transformation that's happened either for yourself or a client, or short version of both?
Oh my God, so much. There's so much. For myself, I'll say PSYCH-K came into my life at a time when I had already done so much work on myself. And I thought that, well, I'm good. I'm good. But there was still so much that I put in this box, and I was good with that.
Mm-hmm.
PSYCH-K leveled me up in such a way that all of those little pieces that were in the box came out. And in a safe and appropriate way, I dealt with them. Mm-hmm. And I am a completely different person. I am so much more confident. My life has changed. The things that come into my life, I know that I have this connection with source, divine, spirit, God, whatever it is that you want to call that. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's a regular thing now. Like people say, you get guidance, here and there. Oh my gosh, this happened. It happens. It's a regular thing. And PSYCH-K has afforded me that. With my clients, I mean, it's such an honor. Like, I actually get emotional about it, working with people, just to see them transform right in front of me. And all I'm doing is handing them the tools that they need to change. I'm not doing it. I'm witnessing their gorgeous transformation. It's such an honor to do this work. And yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. I love the idea for you and I, what we're passionate about is that we're guiding them, and we're witnessing, and they actually create the change. And that is what I also love about PSYCH-K. It's not dependent on me. Yes, we know how to facilitate, and we're the guide for that aspect of it. Yeah. But it's the individual that actually gets to experience it. I just had somebody in a workshop just this weekend, and she was terrified of heights, which has limited her in going up elevators and hiking with her husband and stuff like that. And we did a simple process that we teach in the workshops, and I'm sure you use on a regular basis, transform the perception of stress.
Love that
and
one.
She actually did it in front of the class, which was stressful for her to begin with. But she transformed, and you could see the palpable fear in her. She came out of it and she goes, wait, you're even talking about a height and I'm not freaking out, which I normally would. That afternoon, like when we finished the class, she went to a glass elevator, 8-story glass elevator, and rode up it looking out and took pictures. And she said, I've never done that before. And then the next day she rode up a very tall elevator to the top of the pyramid in Memphis, which overlooks the Mississippi River. And she's out by the glass wall. And she said, there's no way I would have ever done this. So
I know it seems like it's miraculous, right? But
yeah.
it happens every day. Like I'm listening to this. I know I had somebody who had a fear of dogs who's got 3 puppies now. It's just, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's real. It's real.
Right, exactly. It's measurable. That's what somebody else was saying, in the class I just finished. And, and just to clarify, it's not just about fears. I mean, it's everything in our lives that we're either feeling bad about, like you said, your confidence went up.
Yeah.
There was a part of all of us that we get of, I'm not good enough, or who am I to do this, etc. And this is such a gentle method of uncovering that and then taking us all to the next level.
Yeah.
And it's effective and gentle. It's not harsh. It's,
Right.
and it's fun. It's
fun and it's safe. And when you have the tools yourselves, it's wonderful to be able to assist others. I mean, it's magic. But when you have it for yourself and you're in a spot where you're like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable, you balance for it.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
It's in your hands. It
Yeah.
literally is in your hands. Yeah,
I use it on
absolutely.
a daily basis.
Yeah, beautiful. So you met Joanne in the river, in the pond, and then there was a workshop being offered probably. So did you have any concerns about, is this for real? What were your concerns about maybe moving forward with PSYCH-K, if you had any?
I was very excited about it because Joanne did a simple balance with me. And I went home and I remember picking up the phone. It was like a and I just handled it so differently. I'm like, who was that? Like, that was on me. Just handled myself so differently that I was already just intrigued by my response.
Right.
So it wasn't that. Honestly, it was the money at the time. I mean, not a problem now, but then I was like, oh, that's a lot. I don't know if it is worth it a billionfold. Right. So that for me at the time, I was like, I don't know if I can swing, and I was able to, and I'm so happy I did. And then I went for the next one and the next, because it's worth its weight in gold.
Right.
Diamonds,
exactly.
so.
Yeah. And, the timing is perfect. And sometimes the universe will help magically to help us move in that direction. Yeah. So is there anything that, we want to keep this real? It's amazing process, and sometimes things don't work. So is there anything that you have found challenging about PSYCH-K?
Two things. One, which I think was my biggest challenge with PSYCH-K, is coming out of the workshop and wanting to fix everybody. I had this, this magic wand. I'm like, I can help you. Can I help you? Can I help you? And not everybody is there. Not everybody is ready for that change. Everything's personal when you're a person. And so that was very difficult. That was a hard thing for me to learn, to step back and just say everybody is on their own journey. When they're ready, the people that are ready to change and are ripe for it will find me, they'll come to me. And I've learned that. So that, and I think in the beginning, doing muscle testing with other people was a little bit of a challenge for me at first, but it's not anymore because I've balanced for it.
So, cool. Yeah, you get to use the work that you learn to resolve the things you're struggling with the actual process. I mean, it's such a beautiful connection. Yeah, I love that you said I left the workshop and wanted to fix everybody. And I think that is a challenge that a lot of people have. They don't realize it, but all of a sudden it's like nobody wants to talk to them about it. And it's because we end up pushing it. What, we recommend is, yes, in the workshops, you learn how to work with other people and you learn how to do this with yourself. And most people bypass themselves and they go straight to, if only they would be fixed, if only they would do different. But you know what? We've got to start here. Right. And our world is a reflection of our beliefs. So many times, and I'm sure you've experienced it, when we shift our perceptions about something or someone, all of a sudden that person or that situation shifts. And you're like, wow, they're being nicer to me, or they're not whatever. And they didn't change, we did. And the energy pattern that goes out that they were responding to is completely different.
That's right.
That is magical that's totally magical.
Absolutely. I'll tell you just a quick story about my daughter. When I did basic, I always, even when she was born, I said, she's aloof. We don't have this connection. I'm missing this connection with my child. Why don't I have this really strong bond? And I did a balance around that. And it was so beautiful. Sometimes, we all see different things or experience things. It could be kinesthetic, it could be emotional. I had seen something in that balance. And ever since then, we've been so tight. It was what I was holding on to. Had nothing to do with her. It was everything I was putting out. And she just came to me with open arms. And it's been gorgeous ever since.
Wow.
My own daughter, I mean,
yeah. I was going to say, there's no dollar amount assigned to that one. So that's beautiful.
None.
That's beautiful. Good. Was there anything else you want to share with anyone that might be watching this?
If you're having any thoughts about not doing it, do it. This work needs to be shared with the world. We would all be better off for experiencing PSYCH-K and learning about it and being able to work with ourselves. Ram Dass said it best: the only thing I can do for you is work on me. The only thing you can do for me is work on you. And it starts right here at home. And PSYCH-K is, in my estimation and my experience, and I work with a lot of different modalities, this process is such a gift that I've given to myself. And I hope that other people do the same, because if we can all do this work, we will all be so much better.
Exactly. Thank you. Mic drop. There we go. Done. Yeah. Beautiful. So, and just to clarify, you do private sessions with people on in person, over Zoom. What's your style?
I do. I'm located in Milford, New Jersey. So I have people come to my office and do it here in the office. I have a studio, but I also work virtually as well. So through Zoom. And I
Beautiful. Good. Yeah. So people can either find PSYCH-K via doing private sessions, and it's 100% about them and what they want to transform, or they can go to the workshops and learn it to help others, or more importantly, as you said, help themselves. So beautiful. Right. Thank you, Jamie, very much for sharing your insights and wisdom and experience.
Seeing you is always a treasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.